To round it out, Zeke questionable, Michael Thomas questionable, and Chris Godwin questionable. Oh, I'm changing my. Wait, does anybody have huh?
They're laughing at something.
They're laughing at me.
Welcome to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast / Broadcast. Don't worry, Josh just finished up the dinner. He had to turn his mic on for that, so you can hear him washing down some goodness. Eric's over here telling you what's up. Got to change out some stuff, but we're here. It's week 9. This football season's flying by, going way faster than the election. That's for sure. But hey, we'll get into that a little bit later.
We're not. No, please don't talk about it.
I'm just kidding.
No more. Please.
Oh,
Hi, Maria.
how you guys? Eric, how you doing? I know
It's been a long.
You want to make a last minute change, but I'm just telling you right now, if you change and take another one of my players and I got to change again, we're not doing this as heroes and villains. So you got to wait.
All right.
We'll make a change. You got to see what me and Josh are calling.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. So,
Yeah. Josh over here eating his hamburger helper, his tortellini.
is it hamburger helper? Delicious.
No,
I
it ain't
love
hamburger helper. He doesn't eat processed food. His wife will not let him bring hamburger helper into the house.
it. Yeah, my wife doesn't either. It sucks.
She knows I'm right too. It ain't no real processed food.
I love hamburger helper. It's great.
That's not true. We
So
process
good.
everything here.
Young single Eric used to eat hamburger helper all the time. All the time.
Oh, dude.
It was great.
I love hamburger helper. I love
So
it
easy.
much.
I'm glad I don't have to eat it on a regular basis anymore. But every once in a while, I get a hankering. I just want some real bad.
Hey, I'm just saying hamburger helper's good, but there's a Velveeta stuff out now too that you make it like hamburger helper, but then you put the
Yeah.
Velveeta on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
So-
legit, boy.
I can't do Velveeta or Kraft singles. They freak me out. I can't do it because it's not real cheese. It's called cheese food. It's mostly oil, and it's can't do it.
Well, that's like American cheese. It's the best cheese, but it's not cheese.
because
If you get it from the deli, it's good.
Yeah, but it's still
All right.
not real cheese.
cheese.
Google it.
Google it.
Good
All
for
right,
you.
all right, guys. We got a lot of football news. Some guys coming back. Some guys going out. Some guys maybe out.
They're
We
out.
got some quarterback moves.
Huh.
I don't know if they're good. I don't know if they're positive gains or negative gains. We
Yeah.
got some QB moves. We'll talk about that a little bit. But how you doing, Josh?
I'm great. I'm pumped about this week's matchups. CMC's back. I'm pretty stoked about that. And life is good. Might even get me a little date night in tomorrow night. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah, how about you boys?
Well, I mean, I would love to go on a date night. You know who I love to go on a date night with? FSA. Josh, tell them why you want to go on a date
hey,
with
very
FSA.
nice.
Well, I don't think I would date FSA, but
I would in a
absolutely.
heartbeat. I'd pop
All
the
right.
question to them.
I mean,
All
you're
right.
paying the money for services, so you're technically already on a date.
I'd put out on the first date for FSA. I'm just saying.
All right. Fantasy Sports Alliance. We're actually all part of Fantasy Sports Alliance. We got another thing cooking right now for a new and improved league that might be launching next year. I don't know. We're just trying to work out kinks for you guys. This is something that's big, it's innovative, it's new, and we want you guys to be a part of it. But right now, everything's on the hush hush. But if you have some questions about it, you're more than welcome to ask us. Go to Fantasy Sports Alliance on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, FSA. That'll even be on the ticker at the bottom of the screen if you guys are viewing live. That'll be showing up any moment now. FSA-FR.com is the name of the website, though. Check it out, FSA-FR.com. We love you guys. Brian is the best. He's around here somewhere, probably in the back of the studio, watching stuff and doing things. There he is. Boom, boom. Yep. All right. So check it out, FSA-FR.com. I don't know why that was necessary, but it happened. If you guys are watching, you'll see why. But anyway, back to you, Brad. Tell them about our broadcast sponsor.
Our broadcast sponsor is Football Darts. So you ever want to play darts and you're like, man, this boring old dart game of just going for bullseye, and I hate throwing for a 20, but I'm really good and I can hit other places. Let's take the strategy of football because we're all here for football. take football, take darts. You throw them together, you mix them in the pot, you cook them just right, bake them to a nice 450, pull them out of the oven, and you got footballdarts.com. All right. You can go get your collegiate team. Why did I say collegiate? Why did I say college team? Your college team dartboard. Yeah. I don't know.
They have a collegiate license, so you can get your college team's dartboard.
That's why I say that. I want to say collegiate license.
Do they have my college? I'm going to American Public University System.
And probably. I mean, they probably would because they sell sports jerseys for this school that doesn't have a sports team.
That is true.
Do they? I should buy one of those. I also go there.
They sell sports stuff. It's legit. It's legit. They're regionally accredited, okay, which is better than nationally accredited. Okay, that's all that matters.
That never made sense to me, but whatever.
Still doesn't. But all right. Footballdarts.com. Please go check them out. Strategy of football with the skill of darts mixed to a perfect blend. Please go out there, check them out. They're amazing. Perfect thing for any man cave. Christmas right around the corner. Could be a great Christmas gift for somebody looking for something for the man cave. Oh. Hint, boys. Hint.
Are you saying that to your wife or to us? I don't understand.
I don't know. She might be out there listening.
No, I doubt it.
All right. Let's get into week 9 news. And I want to start with the positives in this week 9. I don't want to start negative. We've been starting negative almost all season.
What positives are there?
HIV positive.
So, a while back, we said the best wide receiver core was the Dallas Cowboys. Josh said it on here, was that they have the best wide receiver core in the NFL.
When they had Dak Prescott, yes.
No, still the wide receiver core. He wasn't talking about the quarterback, just wide receiver core. I think going into this week, though, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Hey, there you go.
Things have changed.
Antonio Brown will be there.
He will be.
Chris Godwin's
very
back.
Excited.
Well, his quarterback's going to drive him to the stadium. They live together, so it makes sense.
Good. Hey, Brady wants him. Brady's trying to win a championship. He ain't trying to win no public relations award.
He says, I'm winning the divorce. I'm getting that ring, and Bill is getting a top 5 draft pick. Deal with it.
It is really crazy when you really look at the embarrassment of riches that they have. Leonard Fournette, Antonio Brown, Gronk, Mike Evans. They got Ndamukong Suh just because. This team is stacked.
JPP. The dude has 7 fingers, but he gets the quarterback. Right.
Yeah.
Well, he wraps it and he uses that other hand, hand like a club.
3-point stance, and he's got all his fingers touching the ground. Okay.
From what I understand, Mike Allstott is going to come back and ball out.
Let's get work done back too, bud.
Okay.
Oh, he's too busy building houses for them kids.
Let's talk about this wide receiver situation here with this team. That's a lot of mouths to feed. All right. Rojo has been good. Rojo's been the here, there, or the other, but not really using the passing game.
Yes.
Sad. Good. Yes. Pretty good matchup. They have the Saints this week. It's not a great matchup, but it's a good matchup, I think. I think that Tom Brady will use Antonio Brown a lot. I think we saw it last year when he played that one game with New England, and Tom was like, I'm going to feature you. I think AB is going to have a good game. I think Godwin, every game he's played has been over 18 points, I think, in every game he's actually played in PPR.
Yeah, Mike Evans' numbers tank when Godwin's out there. So if he's healthy and he's playing, don't expect much from Mike Evans.
But it does open up the entire offense. I believe, and you'd have to correct me if I'm wrong, I think that Brady's fantasy points per game are about double whenever Godwin plays. It's crazy at how much he changes that offense.
Well, it's weird. Scotty Miller or Chris Godwin. Miller.
But you still have Mike Evans there. You still have Gronk there. There's still Cameron Brate. They still have great talented players. Aaron Rodgers does it with Devontae Adams and some guys. So don't talk to me about this stuff. Chris Godwin's going to be out there. Antonio Brown. What I'm interested to see is how Antonio Brown acts and how Mike Evans acts when they're not going to be featured in the offense. And Antonio Brown's got to go home and hear this. Tom Brady does in his own house. Tom, maybe if you throw me the ball more, we would have won the game. I'm just telling you.
I don't. Maybe.
Look.
He should be grateful he was given the opportunity at this point.
Yeah,
I think he said grateful about 15 times in his press conference that he had yesterday. just grateful to BA. I'm just grateful to the Bucks. I'm grateful to Tom Brady, best quarterback of all time. I was like, whoa.
He's happy to get his fourth chance in the NFL. I'm just saying.
Yeah, Brian, MVS had a good week on everybody's bench, I think.
Or on the waiver wire.
Yeah, or on the wire. Absolutely. For sure.
All right, so there's another wide receiver supposed to be back this week. Mike Thomas. He's supposed to be back. Drew Brees is supposed to be there to play.
Question mark?
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, not Mike Thomas. Mike Thomas has been there all year.
Yeah, come on. Get it right, bud.
I called you on that last week. All right, Michael Thomas, the real one. Can't guard Mike on Twitter. You can't. All right, if he plays, you're starting him, right? Easy.
Yes.
You have to.
Okay.
You probably drafted him like 7th, so.
Yeah, I know. You more than likely have to. Does this, Josh, for you, as a Kamara owner in a league, do you worry about Kamara's numbers with Michael Thomas there?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't think it'll dip too much, but yeah, absolutely. Especially with him and Emmanuel Sanders coming back this week. I think it's going to hurt him a little bit. I think Kamara's been getting around 9 catches a game. I think it'll drop down to about 5.
And if for some reason Breeze doesn't play, he's sicker than we think, and Jameis is out there, he ain't checking down the Kamara. I'll tell you that right now.
He ain't checking down to Mike Thomas either. He's slinging it deep to Sandy's. Manny Sandy's, boys. Deep ball. Nothing but rainbows.
Jameis got LASIK, and he's like, woo.
He's
I
dropping
can see for the first time in my life. I can see.
We're talking.
All right, so that's Chris Godwin. That's Michael Thomas. That's Antonio Brown. Sad news, 49ers. Jimmy G, he's got the high ankle sprain. He's out, 4 to 6 weeks.
They're going to be very cautious with him, yes.
George Kittle is on the IR now. The coach said he's out 8 weeks. George Kittle said it's only a 2-week injury. He said, I'll be back in 2 weeks. They put him on the IR, so it's going to be at least 3. I love George Kittle's determination, but I think the Niners are playing this very safe.
Well, these guys are crazy. Like Von Miller's like, yeah, I'll probably be back in about 3 weeks. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? These guys are
They want to be out there. They want to be out there.
Yeah, I think the graphic on Thursday night, they said they had $70 million committed to injured players. The 49ers are probably like, that's a pretty big investment. We're going to just pump the brakes. This year is a wash, whatever. Just
so, Eric, do you think Kittle's out for the whole fantasy year?
Yeah, probably. I think they'll hold him out.
If he does play with the foot, are you going to play him?
I don't like it, no. And with a broken bone in his foot, I mean, that's as Josh has said before, with those Liz Frank injuries and stuff like that.
Not a Liz Frank.
I know it's not a Liz Frank injury, but it's still a broken bone in his foot. He needs that to push off. He needs that to jump.
Keeper and you put it back in your locker. This ain't no Liz Frank.
That's Lisa Frank.
So that's all I think of.
Either way, he needs that to do things. If it's not all the way right, I don't like it. And Jimmy G not coming back for 4 to 6, possibly more. That worries me even more. I know Mullins is okay in relief efforts and he throws to Kittle a lot, but I don't like it all the way around.
All right, let's go move on from Jimmy G to Kenny G here. All right.
What a bust.
Talk about, my hip. Oh, my hip.
Yeah.
How long is he out going to be out? He's out this week. If you're a Kenny G owner and you're in redraft, is he droppable?
I'm thinking about it. I own him in FSA, and I'm seriously considering it.
No, he's not droppable.
He did a goose egg last week.
I understand. He was hurt.
Obviously.
He's been hurt pretty much the whole year. Like, he's played. Let me look.
I know, but who are you going to drop him for? That's the thing, right? So who are you going to drop him for? You're going to go pick up Marquez Valdes-Scantling? No.
Fulgham, if he's out there.
If Fulgham's out there, you drop him for him, wouldn't you?
Sure.
Josh?
Would I drop Kenny G for Fulgham?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm not ready to give up on Kenny G yet. He's going to be a guy that is going to sit out there in the waiver wire in some leagues, and when he comes back, he's going to win some leagues just because somebody lost faith in him and they dropped him.
Does this change your attitude on Jimmy G? Matt Stafford's got Kenny G. Sorry, Kenny G. Matthew Stafford's got the COVID. They went and signed Chase Daniel. He's going to play. They literally just signed him off the street. Now they're going to put him in it. Quarterback.
Kenny G wasn't going to play this weekend anyway, so it wasn't bothering me.
I know, but what I'm getting at is Chase Daniel's the quarterback going forward.
Until he clears. Yeah, that's rough. That's a bad spot to be in.
Stat Mafford will clear. He'll be fine. I'm not worried about it.
Okay.
Where is Kenny G? There he is.
But Matt Stafford for this week is out, so get him out of your lineups. Unless you're like me and you're trying to tank in a season, and even though you're a third highest score, you lost last week. Thinking he might win 20-some points. But when your two quarterbacks are Jimmy G and Matt Stafford, you're set up for the tank, baby. The tank is on. 2 QB league. Those are my 2.
Trust the process.
Trust the process.
That's what I'm doing in Dynasty. I love it. It's great.
Right.
I'm not throwing, but am I trying that hard?
I still set a lineup. I'm not crazy like the one who benched Russell Wilson and Tyreek Hill and made it obvious.
That's trash, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty trash.
But let's go ahead. Chris Carson's out. Carlos Hyde is out. Is DJ Dallas? Debbie went down to Dallas. Is Josh going to Dallas?
Josh ain't going to Dallas. No. I mean,
Eric, is this the one Dallas you can get behind this year?
No, because he's so touchdown dependent. He was so bad last week, like in terms of yards per carry and stuff. No.
But when your quarterback's Russ Wilson, I'm just saying.
If he gets a bunch of passing down work again this week, okay, he's probably like viable as like a mid to low end RB2. But if he doesn't get those 2 touchdowns last week, what does he have? Like
50 yards,
like 12 points, maybe.
Yeah, but Josh Jacobs had 100 all-purpose yards, and he had a terrible week because he had no passing down work and no touchdowns. I'm just saying, like yardage in fantasy is pretty much useless.
Yeah, you're right. But if that's the case, I mean, I'm not gonna.
Look at Matt Ryan.
I'm not gonna say he's gonna get 2 touchdowns this week.
Okay. I mean, I think I would fire DJ Dallas maybe up this week.
Over who?
DJ Dallas.
I mean,
like you're not playing him over Chase Edmonds if you have him, right?
No. But what about Zeke? Would you take the boom potential of him over the pedestrian numbers Zeke's going to give up with who they starting this week? Gus Gilbert or something?
Garrett Gilbert.
Oh, is it? I thought they're playing the kid off the practice squad.
Nooch?
Not Nooch. The other guy.
Rush.
Kellen Moore?
No, Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush, who actually backed up Dak Prescott last year. Think about that for a minute.
Yeah.
You couldn't beat out Danucci, and he was the
Kellen Moore might actually be the best play. Not even kidding. Because he knows the offense at least. He can't throw the ball that well, but neither can the rest of them.
Does he know the offense, though? I mean, I'm watching call plays. Does he know the offense?
I mean, he knows the offense that they run. It's just a bad offense.
Does he? Well, he doesn't know what offense works for that team, though.
I think what we figured out is that Dak was the offense, and without him, there is no offense.
And the offensive line's banged up. I'm really fading Zeke rest of the season. A guy we forgot to talk pre-show, Myles Gaskin. That came out of nowhere, that MCL.
Yeah. And then Breida is also on the injury report for them as well.
Yep.
Well, he's always going to be on the injury report.
Are you guys firing up Patrick
Laird?
Or
no, they got Jordan Howard. They got Jordan. If I'm going to start one of those guys, it's going to be Jordan Howard, and it's not going to be Patrick Laird.
Well, because Jordan Howard's going to get the goal line work. He's going to get you like 5 carries for like 6 yards and a tutter. So 11 points, maybe?
Does Tua lead the team in rushing?
Does who what?
He's no Ryan Fitzpatrick, but yeah, he probably will.
All right. Yeah, so we talked about DJ. We talked about Zeke's hamstring. He's questionable, and honestly, with the way the Cowboys are playing, they might just be smart to set him out and let him rest those legs. T.Y. Hilton's doubtful, even if he was healthy. Any of you guys starting?
No, okay, come on, get out of here.
Calvin Ridley's questionable. If he plays, you play him, but If he doesn't, I mean, it's an early game, so at least you'll know early if you need to put him in your lineup or not.
It's not good, Bob.
Mark Ingram's doubtful, but it is a terrible matchup anyway. As much as I like J.K. Dobbins, I can't say to start J.K. Dobbins this week.
Mm-mm.
That's another one. DJ Dallas over J.K. Dobbins for sure this week.
Seahawks playing again?
The Seahawks?
Yeah.
They're playing.
I'm trying to think now.
Oh God, I just had this.
I was just looking at this, trying to.
I just had it. Nobody cares about Malik Hawks. Gardner Minshew is out. We've talked about this a few times.
They're playing the Bills.
Jake Luton.
Oh, who? Jake Luton.
He's going to be fired up for Jacksonville. He is a rookie. He was a late round rookie pick. So was Gardner Minshew. I'm just saying. What does this do for the whole Jacksonville team? They're playing the Texans. And not the Texans defense is good, but DJ Chark, are we really fading him because of this?
I would.
Okay.
No
Josh?
way, dude. Jake Luton's got a big arm.
Big arm.
Big arm. They said they really like what they've seen out of Jake in practice. I think this is not just a 1 week deal. I think Jake Luton could be the quarterback for the rest of the year. I don't think you can start any of the pass catchers.
Okay, I was like, okay.
You were really like building up there to make a case, and then you're just like, nope, I'm getting out.
Nah, come on, I can't do that. Get out of here. Come on.
James Robinson, though.
You build out the freaking Cowboys secondary.
Hey,
Huh?
They build out faster than the Cowboys secondary.
Yeah.
Oh, and Kenyon Drake is out. You already brought up Chase Edmonds, but Kenyon Drake is out.
Yep.
Chase Edmonds is a full go because he is explosive. Are you not, Josh? Do you not like Chase Edmonds this week?
No, I say must start.
Oh, must start. Okay, is this like a must start? Like Alexander Madison was a must start, and it blew up in our face.
No, because we've actually seen Chase Edmonds do very well.
He's had a couple good weeks, yeah.
Alexander Madison screwed us.
All right, what other news did I miss? Anything other big you guys want to talk about that I kind of missed on here? Because usually that's what happens.
I like Jake Luton. Like him a lot.
I'm pretty sure we're not saying his name right.
Luton?
Who cares? Jake
Luton. Is it like Tunyon? Funyon?
Is he better than Luton better than Danucci?
Yes.
Can't be much worse.
That's easy.
You can't really. That's a pretty low bar. You can't really go a lot lower.
I just liked his name so much, the Nooch. I wanted him to be good, but he'll probably never play again in the NFL. If we're being honest,
that's probably okay.
Yeah.
Well, then again, let's see what who's going for the Cowboys this week again.
You think?
Well, he'll probably
going to be Garrett Gilbert? No, he's a stud, boys. Do you remember all those years ago whenever Colt McCoy was playing against Alabama in the national championship game, the first one that Nick Saban won? Do you guys remember that?
No, I remember Colt McCoy crying in the tunnel because Ndamukong Suh ended his college career.
Yes, but in this game, Colt McCoy got hurt, and the backup was a true freshman that came in and performed very well. That backup's name was Garrett Gilbert. So, and then he was in college for about 6 more years, and he decided to come up to the end of. Yeah, he was in college for a long time, and then he decided to go ahead and try and go pro.
People go to college for 7 years. Yeah,
hold on. Didn't Gardner Minshew hit his hand with a hammer so he get that 5th year eligibility?
Yeah, he did.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Happened. Yeah. Well, look where it got him. Benched. All right.
Whatever. Alfred Morris got signed by the Giants. Does anybody care? Okay, cool. Thank you.
Nope.
I just want to say Alfred Morris is still.
That's a weird carousel of running backs in that place.
Oh, dude, they're just trying to make their patchwork in that thing together.
I like it.
You know what?
Freeman's out.
What? Boy, it's time. Hopefully, maybe by Sunday I'll have some music go with this, but I'm slacking like always because I'm a slacker. Heroes and villains. It's everybody's favorite segment. It's what you all came here for. All one of you came here for. And it is
what?
Yeah, because we killed it last week.
Eric, hey, we're gonna make up for it.
Are we?
Okay,
Yeah, I am.
You don't get called the comeback kids when you're always on top. Okay,
Catch you guys. Still in the top 5. Oh.
Boom.
So Eric, who is your quarterback hero this week?
My quarterback hero is Lamar Jackson.
What?
Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
He's
Based
playing
on?
the Colts. So he's having a down year. Okay. He's having a down year. He's QB 14 right now. Not what we had hoped for if you drafted him number 1 overall, like I did in a redraft league that I play in with Brad. Anyway, the Colts are the best team versus QBs. They only surrender 15 points a game on average, but they have gone against Gardner Minshew, Kirk Cousins, Sam Darnold, Nick Foles, Baker Mayfield, Joe Burrow, and Matt Stafford. They haven't played anybody like Lamar Jackson. So I'm saying his rushing will probably keep him in QB1 territory. I think he's going to be good this week. Even against that vaunted Colts defense, because they haven't really played anybody. They beat up on some scrubs.
Blew up in my face last week.
Yeah, okay. Just remember what Eric said.
Scrub-a-dub-dubs.
We'll
Scrub-a-dub-dubs.
back around to that in a minute here. Josh, who do you have as your hero at the QB position?
I told you guys I was going to come back this week. I'm going to be strong. So I'm picking a wily vet against a depleted team. I'm going with Big Ben Roethlisberger against them boys. I feel very good about that statue back there playing against them boys.
You don't think D-Law is going to get to him?
I'm not really. But the secondary ain't holding nobody down.
Yeah, no, it should be a good day.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be pretty self-explanatory. Them boys have allowed 17 tutters to quarterbacks so far this year in 8 games. So they're on track for one of the most in the entire NFL on that number. So right now they're tracking about 34. I think Big Ben won't have any problem throwing about 2 or 3 in there, maybe 1 to Juju. Maybe Claypool gets accurate back on the hump again this week. So, you guys do whatever you want, but I feel real good about starting Big Ben. Woo! Big Ben.
So before I give my hero, I just want to say this. Drew Lock has a nice another matchup this week, but I'm not going Drew Lock because we picked him as a hero. I think Eric picked him as a hero last week.
I did.
You did. He has another nice matchup, so if you want to stream Drew Lock, that's a good thing. I'm going with Justin Herbert, baby.
Okay.
Strong arm against the Las Vegas Raiders. That secondary is slower than the vote counting in Nevada, so Justin Herbert is going to be going deep and checking down to Keenan Allen, and he's going to be using that strong arm. Yes, he's on the injury report a little bit, but come on. Tom Brady's on the injury report every week. Doesn't seem to stop him.
It's true.
Justin Herbert, it's probably for acne on his face. He probably had one of those pop, and he's probably got to get clean because the hurts. Okay, let's be honest.
He's still a young man.
He's making way more money than I'm ever going to make in my life. Okay, I can say stuff like this.
That's fair.
Yeah. But I love Justin Herbert this week. I'm not scared of the Raiders. They just gave up like their 6th round pick and like $500,000 in COVID fines. So
they're appealing.
Right,
they're appealing. They're appealing.
They're gonna lose.
Yeah. The Steelers also got fined a bunch too, but that's it. So Eric, who is your villain at the quarterback position?
Took mine, so go for it.
Call him first. My QB villain this week is Ryan Tannehill. He is QB 9 on the year, but the Bears are the 2nd best team against QBs in the league. They give up an average of 15 points a game to QBs. I expect this to be a low-scoring game anyway. Both of those offenses are me. I mean,
who
the Titans have the chance to be explosive, but against this defense, I think they're going to get held down, and then the Bears' offense is just not good, so I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring affair. What's that?
Who did the Bears play last week?
Ooh, I don't know.
They played the Saints. I think Drew Brees.
Ryan Tannehill is not Drew Brees, so
you're right. He's got a better arm.
Now he does. He's not a first ball Hall of Famer though, but whatever.
We're not talking 17 years ago.
Yeah,
when Joe Montana was a better quarterback than these guys too one time, but I'm pretty sure right now we don't want him on the.
He's the GOAT to me, but that's
But whatever.
All
All right, moving on. Josh, who was your villain at the quarterback position?
For me, I had to go with my backup pick over here, who was in the same game as Eric's hero. I decided to go with Phillip Rivers. I went with Phillip Rivers playing against Baltimore because we're getting a little thin here, boys, on quarterbacks that are startable. And I had to say, well, who has put up less fantasy points than Daniel Jones or Kirk Cousins or even Cam Newton? Who even put up less points so far than Baker Mayfield? Who's put up less points than Ryan Fitzpatrick so far? I said, you know who that guy is? It's Phillip Rivers. For some reason, though, people keep starting him in leagues. I don't understand it. So I have to point it out to you people. You cannot start Phillip Rivers this week. I don't think he's going to be good. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. I know whenever we doubt him and we give him all this crap, he throws 3 touchdowns to a tight end. But I'm telling you guys, I think it's going to be bad this week. So start him if you want, but I don't feel good about it.
And he does throw some pick sixes. So I think you were in the right game there, Josh. And that's a good villain pick. But Eric, you said the Colts were what against quarterbacks?
The best team against quarterbacks.
Yeah, and that's why my villain this week is Lamar Jackson.
No.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Pie bet?
He's already had bye weeks. Well, wait, what the points on? Because we're sometimes
We'll have to do over under.
Wait, I feel like there's a pie bet that should have already been paid out.
Oh, calm down. Relax. I'll take care of it tomorrow or Sunday. Calm down.
All right. New rule for the show: you can't make another bet till you paid your previous.
No, you can make another one.
Just do two pies when I get a chance to fulfill them.
Jackson, I won in a few leagues, but I think this week against this matchup with Phillip Rivers, who's going to be turning the ball over, short field, it's going to be a run-heavy game from both teams. And I think the Colts defense is going to be like, okay, if we're going to stop a running back, we're stopping Lamar Jackson. I'm a quarterback. That was Lamar Jackson at the combine, but I love him. But I think this is going to be a bad week for him. If he's your only option, I get it, but I would try to find something else because I think he is going to be a QB2 this week at best.
Okay. That's fair.
I don't think he's going to be a top 12 quarterback this week.
All right.
Look at Eric's face.
We'll see what happens.
I like it.
This is the first time we went. You know, this is the first time Heroes and Villains that we went.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
I love it. I love
like
the tension. Oh, I love it.
You get so good.
You guys hate each other so much right now.
We're usually the same person. Not today.
Not today.
All right. Josh, who is your running back hero?
Well, this is going to sound weird considering the names that I'm about to spit out, but just listen. Justin Jackson is playing the Las Vegas Raiders. The same Justin Jackson who was losing his job earlier, but he seems to have retaken that throne based on injury. He's playing against the Las Vegas Raiders. They are 5th worst against running backs, and they've only played 7 games, so that's not good. They've allowed 8 touchdowns to fantasy running backs thus far this season, and they've also allowed 45 receptions. It's a pretty high number. I feel like Justin Jackson's going to come in there, and he's going to do very well. I expect him to be a top 8 running back this week, and I feel like you can start him with confidence.
I mean, I like it, Justin Jackson. In my league that I'm trying to lose in, I'm benching him this week because that's a good matchup.
There you go. Boom. Google me.
Oh, man.
The tank is engaged.
Eric,
love it.
Who are you going with as your hero at the villain? Who are you saying let me be your hero, baby?
My hero running back this week. Brad, you picked him 1 week too early, bud. You thought the revenge game against the Jets was going to pop off. I'm going to say 1 week of full practice. He's settled in. He's playing the Panthers this week. Le'Veon Bell. Panthers are 29th against running backs. They give up an average of 22 points a game. He had 3 receptions for 31 yards last week. I say if he gets just a few more, he's going to be fantasy relevant this week. I think he's a high-end RB2.
Okay. I mean, I wanted to see how crazy you were going to go with this, but all right. I went with low-hanging fruit on my one. I went Chase Edmonds. If you've been stuck under a rock, and I just want to make sure because he's not a household name.
He's not. That's true.
He's had big plays, and they've been very sporadic. So Chase Edmonds, if he's out there in the waiver wire, if he's maybe on your bench and you just forgot you had him because who's this dude named Chase Edmonds? Oh, crap. Let me go ahead and fire him up. Chase Edmonds this week, he has a great matchup against the Dolphins because I honestly don't think – I think their secondary for the Dolphins is good, but I don't really trust the front seven that much. So I think they're going to try to run the ball between him and Kyler Murray, running some nice option stuff. He'll have some lanes. All right, Josh, villain, RB.
I'm going to go with a guy who's already been losing a little bit of work anyway before the injury was announced this week. It hasn't been great this season, and he's going against the third best team on a points per game basis this week, Ezekiel Elliott. I think he is a villain. I don't see how you could start him with confidence. If he even plays. Right now, it's questionable. If he plays, I think you're going to see quite a bit of Tony Pollard this week. I would be surprised if Zeke is heavily involved in the game plan, especially if they get down early, which I'm assuming they will based on how poorly they've been playing lately. It pains me to see it. I mean, I had a lot invested in this Cowboys team as well because they were going to be so fantasy relevant, and it just hasn't really come to fruition, especially after Dak went down. So before that, they were humming. Now it's looking all bad, and I think you got to sit Zeke this week.
Are you benching him in your dynasty league where you have him, McCaffrey, and Kamara?
So that's something that I've been debating because right now I don't have I have a few guys on bye and some injuries, but right now I'm looking at him or Damian Harris, and it's not good.
That's not good at all. Remember that time you had Devontae Adams?
Yep, sure do. Won a title.
Oh, buddy. All right. Who's up now? Eric, right? Villain running back.
Todd Gurley. So he's running back 7 in PPR this year. I'm going to chalk that up to the many, many injuries to running backs this year. But only 10.6 points last week. And Denver is the 6th best team against running backs. They only give up 14 points on average. I just don't see Todd Gurley having another good week. I think as the season goes on, you're going to see that knee come into play more and more. I think he'll get less and less work. And if Calvin Ridley's not out there, they're probably going to have to throw a little bit more and probably throw deep. So,
yeah, I'm going to go with my villain this week is Antonio Gibson. All right.
Oh.
Real reason being here, they're playing the Giants, and you're like, "Oh, the Giants!" Giants defense against the running backs has actually been pretty good. Honestly, they're actually pretty good against the run. And Antonio Gibson does get a lot of passing down where I get that, but they still use J.D. McKissick, and that whole running backfield's a weird mess. And if he ain't getting touchdowns, he's not useful.
Well, smooches.
Yeah, the Giants, we know Daniel Jones is good for at least one turnover, so he'll turn over at least once. It's bad. It's going to be
under the 2.5.
It's going to be a fun game to watch if you like sloppy football.
I do.
If you're into sloppy, messy football, that's the game to watch.
Like
that Washington football team. But Antonio Gibson this week, he's a temper expectations, low end RB2. I might still start him over Zeke. Honestly, that's how crazy things have gotten with Zeke.
Yep.
But yeah. All right. Villain or hero wide receivers. I will start this one, boys. And like I said, the Giants are good against the run. Against the wide receivers, not so much. Give me my Scary. Give me my Terry.
Oh.
All right, Terry McLaurin this week against the Giants secondary. I don't know who's out there. You got to take him. I don't know who's throwing the ball to him. I know it's probably going to be Dwayne Haskins. So that's an upgrade. But yeah, scary Terry McLaurin.
All right.
With bad quarterback play, he's looked good all season, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
He really has, yeah. He's gonna be a monster if he ever gets a good quarterback.
I mean, DeAndre Hopkins just got calling like, man, just hang on, hang in there, man. Hang in there. Just hang in there.
Well,
It's gonna happen.
Well, Nuke finally had Deshaun Watson, and then he had a terrible coach. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he had to
And
go
then he's
through the
got Kyler
hospital.
Murray feeding him the ball like 15 to 20 times a week. So
that air
It's all
raid
good.
is so good.
So, Eric,
yes.
wide receiver hero.
All right.
Is this the one you're pivoting from? Is this the one you want to pivot from?
Yeah, I
Judas.
kind of want Josh.
Josh, go first.
Yeah, Josh, go first. Go first.
Okay. Well, this is going to be pretty easy. I decided to go with a guy who also has never had a great quarterback, and but the talent is there, and it's blatantly obvious.
Juju?
Nope. Wait, what? No, he's got a good quarterback.
Deontay Johnson?
No, it's this guy who is playing against a vaunted defense, but like Eric said, they haven't really faced anyone. It'll be the Chicago Bears playing against the Tennessee Titans. They're actually the third worst team on a points per game basis to wide receivers. So I'm going with Allen Robinson. He's dealt with the Bortles and the Trubisky's of the world, and now he's dealing with Nick Foles. It has not been good. Not been good for old A-Rob. However, one of his quarterbacks went to an AFC title game and another one won a Super Bowl. They're still terrible, believe it or not.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl, bud.
That's factual. But at least Nick Foles
Brad
won
Johnson.
the MVP. Nick Foles
Sanchez
won
went to 3 AFC championship games.
Two. He went to two.
Oh, two. Sorry, two.
2 in a row, and then the butt fumble. No, anyway, Allen Robinson, I think he's going to be a strong start this week. The Tennessee Titans are terrible against the pass, and they're pretty good against shutting down the run. So I would expect him to have a pretty good game. So that's my opinion. I think you can start him with confidence this week. I feel like he's going to be a low-end wide receiver 1.
And there'll be no Trubisky there to mess it up. He's got shoulder problems. So.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch, you messed up your shoulder in practice, bud.
That's Mitchell. It's Mitchell.
I don't respect him enough to call him by his full name.
Oh,
Wow. Dude's made more money in his life than you'll ever make.
Okay, that's fine. Doesn't mean he's good.
All right. Eric, who is your hero at the wide receiver position?
Okay, so I was originally gonna go with Marquise Brown, but since neither of you guys picked him, and I'm gonna start him in a league this week, I'm going with Antonio Brown.
Yeah.
I thought for sure you were gonna have him, Brad. That's why I didn't say like right at the beginning of the show, like I want to go to him. I say Antonio Brown. I think Tom's only got eyes for his housemate. He's gonna feed him the ball, and he's still got them quick feet. I can't wait to see what he does. So while Marquise Brown may have a good day, I think he'll break a big one. Probably only one. I like Antonio Brown better. So fire up AB for old time's sake.
Does Marshawn Lattimore, does he play Mike Evans or does he play AB? Who does he shadow?
Probably Evans, I would say.
And we all know what Lattimore does to Evans.
Yeah, shuts him down. So why would he not?
Which is why I'm saying Mike Evans villain this week, boys.
There you go.
Woo! It's easy. Low-hanging fruit. I did it week 1. Somehow Lattimore just knows how to get in his grill and get under him. He almost goose egged him. Mike Evans has only been good for – he's putting up Jimmy Graham a couple years ago numbers. It's a couple catches and a touchdown. It's not been pretty.
He's really bad with Godwin in the lineup. His numbers are rough with Godwin out there.
And AB ain't going to help that either.
Nope. Probably see Gronk take a good dip this week too, I would imagine.
Might take a dip in the pool with AB.
Might take a dip in the pool. You think they hang out after work? They're like, yeah, hey, let's go back to the house.
No.
And they all hang out?
No, because Gronk don't want to get arrested. And going on to Josh, who you got at your villain wide receiver this week?
Yeah, they live in Jeet's house, dude. That house is like a 28,000 square foot house or something. They don't
You
even
never have to see each other if you live there.
Yeah, they don't. The driver drops them off, and then they don't see each other until the next day. So for me and my villain, I went with a guy who's had an up and down fantasy season, and I don't expect it to get better this week against actually surprisingly the fifth best team against wide receivers. Now they've had some easy matchups, but I think they've actually played tough. And when the defense needs to step up, they do. I'm going with DJ Moore this week, guys. I don't know if he's going to get right this week against the Kansas City Chiefs. Like I said, they've been playing really well against the pass, and Teddy and him have not seemed to have been able to connect. We won't have to worry about that next season when Teddy's not the quarterback, but this season we do have to.
Do you think Christian McCaffrey coming back might help DJ Moore get some better looks? Because the defense is going to key on Christian McCaffrey a lot more, and maybe the play actions there a little more than it was with Mike Davis.
I would like to say yes, but I'm just not ready to buy into it right now, man. And I had a lot of high hopes for DJ Moore. We all thought that he was going to be utilized a lot in those slant routes. That was going to be kind of his thing with Teddy. And like I said, it just hasn't come to fruition yet.
Well, I think Robbie Anderson, I think we all underestimated the Matt Rule and Robbie Anderson having that connection from college.
Yeah, and now Curtis Samuel's getting involved again, and you're like, come on.
Okay, that was a fluke. Don't be starting Curtis Samuel this week, okay?
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying.
Okay, I don't want anybody thinking Josh said start Curtis Samuel over DJ Moore.
No,
yeah, we had enough problems last week. Let's not add the fuel to the fire.
Don't say that. No, I don't. I just don't see it. I mean, if Curtis Samuel's getting involved, Robbie Anderson's getting involved, and not DJ Moore, it just doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
Okay.
Yeah, Robbie's having a nice little season.
He is. Boom.
Isn't he a wide receiver 1 right now?
He is wide receiver 11. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, well,
Amari Cooper's still hanging in there at 10 somehow.
Yeah, well, he's been solid 16, which is not Amari Cooper. Like,
nah. A-Rob at 9, though.
Eric, who is your wide receiver villain?
My wide receiver villain this week is to go with my my QB villain, A.J. Brown. So 8.4 points last week. The Bears are the second best team against QBs and the second best team against wide receivers. They only give up an average of 15 points a game. So I think both of those guys will be bad this week against that Bears defense and have a rough one. So don't start your Titans this week.
As much as I like to say that the Bears defense is really good, I think they're starting to get worn out from having to play so much.
That's fair.
With the shortened preseason, I think that defense, we've seen it from Khalil Mack before, and a lot of them, that offense isn't sustaining drives. They're on the field. They had a pick 6 last week to try to make it a respectable game.
Yeah.
That offense can't do nothing, and I really worry that after a while the defense is going to just not play up to full standards. And I got a cat playing with chapstick on the table now, so if you hear anything, just let me know. All righty, and moving on to the tight end position. Josh, who is your hero tight end?
My hero tight end this week is Rob Gronkowski. I'm loving it. I love it. I think it's going to be a solid week for him this week. As you know, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are playing the New Orleans Saints. And, I think it's got all the makings of a good old-fashioned shootout, boys. Saints are terrible against tight ends. They've allowed almost 1 touchdown per game. Gronk has really been getting in sync with Tom lately. I know with the emergence of Antonio Brown, people are concerned about what happened to the other weapons, like Aaron spoke to earlier. Eric, excuse me, not Aaron. I don't know how to say that. I understand his concerns. Gronk has his role cut out for him. He is going to be the red zone guy. It's perfect. Gronk's going to at least get a tutter. And guess what? Without Kittle, without Ertz, without a lot of these big-name guys, you need a solid tight end 1. That's Gronk this week, boys. Fire him up.
Okay. And Robert Tonyan had a bad Thursday night, so
he did. Thank gosh I switched him out. Oof.
All right, Eric, tight end hero. Let's hear it.
Tight end hero. So to go with my boy from last week, Drew Lock, his favorite target, got 9 targets last week. Noah Fant. Fire him up.
Did you wanna up on
Atlanta is the worst team against tight ends. They give up an average of 12 points a game to them. And Noah Fant's a tight end 1 right now.
Yeah, and he's missed some games. He got knocked out.
Yep, he did real bad. But he's doing good. He's having a good year.
All right, this will be really surprising for you all. Arizona's off a bye. Who are they playing this week? The Dolphins. So what tight end am I going with? Mike Gesicki. It's easy. Arizona, Mike Gesicki.
That's interesting.
2 a time. You think it's interesting?
I do, and we'll talk about why later.
Okay. I see what was that. That's called a.
That's called a foreshadowing.
Ooh, foreshadowing. All right, the tight end villain, Josh. Who you got?
I decided to go with, despite all the injuries.
Say tight end the position.
Yeah. Well, I had to pick one that at least some people might know,
It's real
and
bad.
I went with Hayden Hurst this week for the Atlanta Falcons. I know
Okay.
it's not good, but they are playing. They're playing the Denver Broncos. The Denver Broncos are going to be pretty good against that, especially since they don't have to key in on any receiver other than Julio Jones. They're
How dare you say that about Russell Gage?
they're about 10th against tight ends, only allowing 8.6. He's only allowed 2 touchdowns to tight ends all season. So you say whatever you want about him, but they've been playing him tough. I don't expect Hayden Hurst to have a great game. So
Okay. He's the number 6 tight end right now. But I think that's just like Falcons tight end is the number 6 tight end. I think that's just what it's been for like the last 6 years.
yeah, it's just
Eric, who is your tight end villain?
My tight end villain this week. Riding your coattails from last week, Brad. Mark Andrews.
mhm.
So, where am I at here? Colts second in the league versus tight ends. Andrews he's had 4 games this year of 6 points or less. He's currently tight end 7, but I don't think this is the week he gets right against that Colts defense. I think Jackson will have respectable numbers. I think he'll be good. I think he might get one deep one off to Marquise Brown, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much with Mark Andrews.
His number 1 target, my quarterback villain, going hand to hand. You're right. Works together perfectly. My villain tight end this week is going to be Greg Gilbert Grapes, number 1 target, Dalton Schultz.
Yeah.
It's the Steelers against the Cowboys. And I'm going to segue this to streaming. Boys, if either one of you guys say the Steelers is a streaming defense, I'm going to laugh in your face because if you take that low-hanging fruit,
They're owned.
I know, but you might, depending on what ownership you look at, they're close to 70%. If anybody's
The Steelers defense?
It depends on what site you're on.
Okay.
I don't know if sleeper counts in leagues that don't start defenses, so that might be why their numbers are always really low.
Yeah. So Fantasy Pros does it across. They average it out across Yahoo and ESPN, and the Steelers are 99.1% owned.
Well, this week they should be 107% owned.
I agree.
You should be padding the ballot boxes, full of the Steelers.
Hey you.
Okay, and so streaming defense, Eric, I'll let you take this one first. Who you got?
I really wanted to go with my Dolphins again from last week because they did quite well, but it's Kyler Murray and he's real slippery. He's real quick. And D-Hop, I don't like it. So they're still only 24% owned. So if you really need a defense, you could look out for them. But I'm going with the team on the other side of the ball, the Arizona Cardinals, 39% owned. They are defense 12 right now, averaging 6 points a week. I think going against a rookie QB, no Myles Gaskin, no Matt Breida, I think they're going to have a tough time moving the ball. Jordan Howard, he's nothing. Who else is on that running back core? Nobody. So I think they're going to have a tough time against Arizona's D this week. Because I think they're going to end up one-dimensional. So.
Okay.
Arizona.
Not a bad one. Josh, who you got?
Sorry, they're 40% owned. So they're definitely available.
I decided to go with some low-hanging fruit here. Not the team that you just mentioned, but I figured if this team doesn't have their starting quarterback, they don't have their number 1 wide receiver, why not try the Minnesota Vikings and see how it turns out? If it's got to be Chase Daniel and Marvin Jones out there, I'm willing to risk it. Let's see what happens.
Carry on an AP. I mean, slowest spin move in football, baby.
Let's do it. Chase Daniel. Let's go. Yeah, start up the Vikings.
Eric, you got Fantasy Pros ownership for defenses up?
I do have it up. Yep.
Can you tell me what the Texans owner percentage is?
Oh, gosh.
The Texans. Oh, boy. 31%. They are defense.
Playing Jacksonville.
Their defense 30. This is really risky.
I'm saying it's a crazy streamer, but this is one of they're playing Jacksonville and Jake Luton and that whole we're tanking.
That's true.
Yeah, they're tanking for one of these quarterbacks. I know it's not great, but it's still JJ Watt, and I still think they can make something happen and cause some problems for that what about the Titans? What's that ownership percentage at? I know you guys have been bad-mouthing Ryan Tannehill and A.J. Brown.
44%.
Yeah, but I think Derrick Henry's going to get the Titans defense ain't going to have to play a lot.
I mean, I think there could be something said for the New England Patriots who are playing the Jets this week as well. So
I try to stay away from Monday night because
they're 92% owned. I don't know if you're going to go out and get New England's D.
But what I'm saying is the Titans, they're playing Nick Foles to he ain't looked great.
Yep, I agree. All right.
Josh, your Vikings pick only 21% owned. So definitely available.
Yeah.
Also defense 29. So
yeah, they're bad.
Good luck.
That's what I'm saying. It's a streamer.
It's a streamer.
Yeah.
You're going in here.
It certainly is.
You pick a team that can get some turnovers. The Chiefs are still a good play too. They're playing. It's the Panthers. Yeah, McCaffrey's back, but
yeah,
it's still
their own percentage is starting to climb though. They're almost at 90%. They're getting up there. People are catching on. Chiefs are good.
Yeah, they are.
Weird.
All right. Any last words, boys? What game are you most excited for this week?
Oh, it's got to be Saints Bucks. Saints Bucks for me.
I hope that Seahawks Bills game is real good, but I don't know if it's going to be. I'm excited for that.
That could be a nice shootout. That would probably be a good shootout.
I'm looking forward to that one. I think it could be really good. The weather's supposed to be very nice. It's supposed to be 71 degrees and sunny, so I'm hoping it's good because they're in Buffalo, and I think that could be a really fun game to watch.
I'm pretty excited for this Washington football New York Giants game because the loser could have the second pick in the draft and the winner could be second in the division. I'm just saying, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird.
Yeah. Love it.
Yep.
NFC East, man. It's at least they're all equal levels there. All right.
NFC least.
Hey, Ron, keep carrying me, buddy. 4 tutters on Thursday night. And I said before the season he wouldn't be a QB1, and now I'm just like, keep rolling, Aaron. Keep going with the revenge tour, buddy.
All right, thanks for tuning in to the Empty Wagon Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm Josh Hughes. You can come check me out on FF Josh Hughes on the Twitter. Eric is going to be at Guns of L19, and Brad is at Tack Jones. You can check out our show Twitter at Empty Wagon FF, the same thing on Instagram and Facebook. Don't forget to check out our website, fsa-fr.com. It's not just about us. Check that out on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all over the place. There's podcasts now from the average bros over there. We're all over the place, guys. Check us out. We love you, and we will see you Sunday night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.